You ever stared down a platinum so brutal, it's like spitting Sisyphus's jizz right in your face, daring you to break it. Then you grit your teeth, hone your skills to a razor's edge, and crush it. Not by some fluke, but because you've honed the focus of a goddamn ninja. That is Shinobi, the art of vengeance. A beast so well crafted, it'll leave you bloodied, grinning, and begging for more. Alright, I'm not committing to that bit. What's up? It's Locust, trophy hunting degenerate, part-time Zen practitioner, and the reason your girlfriend's place reeks of kunai polish, crusty pillows, and bad decisions. Or the best decision of her whole life. It is a matter of perspective, my friend, and you have clicked on this channel for my perspective. Listen, man, it ain't my fault that a ninja's all up in that kunani, know what I'm saying? Alright, caricatures aside, let's check out my resume. I was actually one of the first 30 people in the world to lock down the Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition Platinum per PSN profile scriptures. I laughed in the face of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black's soul-crushing Platinum, and now I'm pretty damn sure I was the 77th maniac to snag Shinobi the Art of Vengeance's Platinum on PlayStation 5. Buckle up, Buster, because I'm about to lay down the whole bloody-soaked road to Platinum that would make an IDF soldier weep. Now, before we get started, I'm going to tell you to be the antithesis of a silent ninja and ring that bell for notifications, hit that sub, let me know you're here, and then hit that like button to show enthusiasm with no fear. Now, the real meat and bones. It is the Shinobi Platinum Experience Review. As of writing this, I believe I was the 77th person to platinum this game on PS5. So why did I decide to plat this game? Well, let me tell you, son. My first exposure ranged all the way back to Shinobi on Game Gear. Yeah, I'm that old. Ancient creaking like a 90s CRT screen. Me and my brother frickin' loved that game. Well, when I heard that they're making a new Shinobi game, initially I was kinda disappointed to find out that it was a side-scroller. I am a big fan of Hatsuma and Shinobi for PS2, which was a 3D iteration of that game. I remember when that game was first announced, the screenshots on GameSpot, oh man, that game was so good. Everything from the soundtrack to the gameplay was so damn fun. And yeah, I even did the impossible and beat that game on extreme mode, which was notoriously difficult. So all that to say, Shinobi is a big part of my legacy as a gamer in both my childhood and adolescence. And as I'm an adult now, it seemed like my sworn duty as a hardcore gamer to give this game a platinum run. You know, for old time's sake. Now, all that to say, I still absolutely love this entry into the franchise. So lucky for me, it wasn't a drag to plat like, say, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black was. I will let you know, I started the game on standard settings, being that there really isn't much of a hard mode. There's normal, which is Shinobi, novice, and then custom, which is essentially super easy. So we did this first playthrough on Shinobi. Now, as for the artwork for the trophy badges, they're adequate and fairly generic in my opinion. The Platinum Trophy badge is actually pretty cool though, but unfortunately, thematically, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of them. I mean, I'm not docking points or anything for it, but you know, I'm a big fan of the arts. Some would even say a patron of them. If I saw these at an art gallery, I would probably ask for my money back. But I'd also ask if there was like a poster or a print for that Platinum Trophy, because it is awesome. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into it. First trophy is acquired about 5 minutes into the game by whacking around some bad guys as I'm experimenting with the game's combat system. Oh, we got a roll too? Hell yeah! This game rocks. And before you know it, after discovering the air roll mechanic, we're hit with the Lab Monster Trophy. Well, apparently the boys on the Discord were talking about mentally handicapped individuals.
Actually mashed the retarded kids in with the ESL kids.
And perhaps the game thought that was a bridge too far because we got stopped at a bridge and surrounded by enemies. So, instead of crossing the bridge, we literally burn it.
Severe Down syndrome.
But not before getting the initiation into the Arts Trophy. Well, about an hour in, we ride our trusty doggo, LARPing as a steed.
Honestly, riding Yamato, which is the dog, is so much cooler. And though we did not make it to the end of the level, being that the game doesn't require it, we complete the first zone of the game, which hands us the first zone finished trophy. Have any of you guys ever tried using your dog as a horse? Let me know in the comments so I can report to you for animal cruelty. Anyway, next level's on, and my Joe Musashi avatar's fits all murdered out, now I'm saying? Some goons just can't comprehend that I am the captain of this ship right here, and that they can heal willy-nilly, and that I won't rock the boat. I do not give them the luxury or courtesy of walking the plank and knock them right the fuck off my ship, yielding me the Showstopper Trophy like it is just another bottle of rum in my stash. Jobless. Now, on this channel, with YouTube algorithms and whatnot, we know all about glass ceilings. So why don't you share this content with another ninja aficionado, plat chaser, or someone that just loves to watch hardcore gamers suffer. But you know, when there's a glass wall, just because you're vertically challenged, short king, does not mean that you have to be horizontally challenged. You can circumvent that glass ceiling and take your frustrations out on the wall. You know, all you have to do is channel that inner Kyle that is inside every one of us. But hey, sometimes you need to know you have the power to break down the barriers imposed onto us. Just like Joe. Be like Joe, right over here getting the cannon punch ability that allows us to break down specific walls and pretend our foes are metaphorical walls that we also get to punch. And with that comes the Wallbreaker Trophy. Oh, will you look at the time. Seemed to be the early hours of the AM, and the sun was probably going to rise in a few hours. So it was time to retire back to my quarters, and we are deep in a mountain's innards. Molten lava roasting my nuts like I got stuck in a shitty furnace. Some stomper bot tries zapping me with laser beam, but I take his ass out and claw my way to the going up trophy with some ninja claws. And an hour later, I finish the level, slay the boss, and get a cutscene that hands me the second zone settle trophy. But to be honest, I think I deserve the trophy for the stupid fucking pun I made over here. No scythe, no life.
Shennanigans.
It's a Grim Reaper, he takes lives. And about 20 minutes later, I find myself in a sea lab underneath the water, where I get to fight some bad guys.
Many said that communism was bad, and you were bad too.
You did the right thing, son.
I feel cleansed.
Snitching is bitching.
Well, I'm very bad, man, huh? Okay, so it's not a sea lab, but a submarine base. That's pretty cool. Well, by the time I get to fight this ENE Elite Squad, I'm already 87 hits in, which makes sense because that extra slash is what it took to get these fools 86th. Well, 14 slashes later, we get the Combo Master Trophy for racking up a combo count of 100 plus. And 2 hours and 22 minutes and 22 seconds into the session, after a super annoying fight involving a revolving laser beam obstacle, we get the sword dive ability, which gives us the Earthquake Trophy. And those were the trophies collected in that session. Next session is a little more sparse. I actually forgot to hit the stream button on my OBS, which is disappointing because it's during my first playthrough of one of my favorite levels in the game. But I remembered to hit the stream button right before I got the first trophy of 2 of the night. The good Samaritan that I am, we unlock the Flying Ninja Trophy. And after that, we hit a spot that smells like your beloved spouse's nether regions. Yeah, I'm talking about the fish market. A stinking hellhole I clear out pretty damn fast. The stench is so damn rank, I bail through the water riding a mechanical surfboard that is so freaking cool it is practically cheating. I don't make it to the end. But the game doesn't give a shit. And just finishing the third zone hands me the third zone Thwarted Trophy, like a prize for surviving that fishy little nightmare. I go to sleep later that night dreaming of anything other than sushi. And no, that is definitely not a euphemism. Session 4, here we go. We're squaring off against this boss's second appearance in one of my least favorite levels of the game. We knock him out, and once we bust open the chest he leaves behind, not only do we get a new ability that allows us to use the glider, we're gifted not one, but 2 trophies: Whirlwind and Perfect Movement. Now a little later, we hit the ENE lab, and that place is crawling like a cheap motel's bed sheets. I brave the depths, pop open a chest, and it spits out some loot, including my 40,000th coin. And would you look at that? The chest must be feeling extra generous because the treasure hunter trophy drops like a hooker's standards on payday. Later in the level, I face the boss, or bosses, plural, and jazz them up with some ninjutsu and a chomp for my danger noodle, turning them into mincemeat. That bags me the final ninjutsu, Mijin, and the silver ultimate power trophy, like I just unlocked the keys to a ninja nuke. With that, the 4th level is done, handing me the 4th zone fixed trophy. I slog through my least favorite level in the game, real pain in the ass, and then I call it a night. Session 5 is where we wrap the first playthrough, but not without snagging some shiny tings along the way. 11 minutes and 11 seconds in, I conquer a platform section that's got me sweating like a virgin at prom, unlocking the last Nimpo for the silver perfect offense trophy. Then it is time to face the final boss, and after a few tries, I'm in the second phase, health bar just clinging like a desperate ex. As I'm about to send this punk to the shadow zone, that kanji execution mark pops up, but here's the thing.
Supposed to cap it, dude.
I forgot executions were even a thing in this game. Top tier brain fart, am I right? So for 2 very long minutes, what should have been a balls out climax turns into me flailing like I forgot how to nut mid-sex. I am spamming every damn button on my controller, looking like a chump until I accidentally hit the execution input, and bam! The Art of Vengeance trophy is mine. First playthrough is done, and arcade mode is unlocked. I'd say it's time to call it a night before I embarrass myself any further. Next day rolls around, and I am doing cleanup like a ninja janitor, which was a really smart move on my end, because the power-ups from crushing ENE Core's goons are like cheat codes for crawling through the broken glass hell of S ranks in arcade mode. 3 hours and 36 minutes in, I find my last ENE squad, smash them on my first try, snag the Oboro Clan Avenged trophy, my first gold trophy, like I'm 86ing their whole operation. Weird as hell that finishing the game only gives you a silver trophy, but whatever, let's roll. 10 minutes later, I am starting through one of my least favorite levels, like Mary Poppins with a badass pillowcase instead of some stupid lame umbrella, cracking open the final treasure chest for my last upgrade. And bam! Complete kit trophy drops like your mom's standards when she let your dad impregnate her. An hour later, I'm tackling the last Onko Rift, getting grilled by both Atsu and Lemur on Discord about my non-duality Zen practice. It was a real 2v1. I saved the easiest rift for last, breezed through it in like 30 seconds, and reforged the Dark Katana, snagging the ultimate weapon trophy, a key to slicing up those S ranks later. I close the session waxing philosophical with these two gents, getting vindicated when I say the yin and the yang is all about non-dualism. And
What's your thought on Taoism? It's literally yin and yang. Like, that's the concept of duality. They like teach it throughout their whole history.
No, what you know, that is the surface level understanding. Yin and yang, that circle, it is one circle.
One circle with 2 sides.
But
duality.
it is all within one circle.
With 2 sides.
Within one circle.
But there is a distinct 2 sides.
Yeah, that is how we perceive it. There are distinct 2 sides. There are distinct 2 sides.
The duality of
right and
the
wrong.
good and evil within both sides of something. There is a duality
like you said, there's there might not be an objective right or wrong, but there's an objective right or wrong doing within it. Otherwise, you just have a gray circle, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it is within the same circle. Okay, so I just looked it up. Is Taoism about non-duality? Yes, Taoism is fundamentally about non-duality, which first refers to the unity of all things and the absence of a clear distinction between opposites. This concept is central to Taoist philosophy and is rooted in the idea that reality is a single interconnected whole transcending conventional dualistic thinking. The core text of Taoism, the Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu, emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, which is described as a natural order of the universe and the source of all existence. The Tao itself is seen as a unified, undifferentiated reality that cannot be fully captured by language or conceptual thought, which I've been trying to explain. The symbol of the yin and the yang, often associated with Taoism, exemplifies this non-duality, dualistic principle. While representing complementary forces, yin and yang are not seen as opposing or conflicted, but rather interdependent and mutually arising aspects of a single, unified whole. The symbol itself illustrates this, with each side containing one small dot of the other, signifying that no aspect can exist without its counterpart, and they are constantly transforming into one another. This dynamic interplay reflects the Taoist view that duality is a necessary conceptual framework for understanding the world. Ultimate reality is non-dual. Taoism teaches that enlightenment, the ultimate goal, is achieved by realizing this interconnectedness and living in harmony with the Tao. This involves transcending the mind's tendency to create dualistic distinctions such as self and other, good and evil, being and non-being, which are seen as delusive because they create separation and conflict. Instead, Taoist seeks a state of non-action, wu wei, which is not passivity, but action that arises spontaneously and effortlessly from a state of non-dual awareness, where the sense of a separate self acting is absent. The state of pure awareness, free from conceptualizations, is the essence of non-duality in Taoism. So yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I just like, to me, non-duality just sounds like somebody saying, well, there's no objective right, no objective wrong.
But what I'm saying is, you are objective right and you are objective wrong. That is essentially what I'm saying. And I think your main contention really is that you as a Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, you see yourself as kind of separate from God. When in non-dualism, you are essentially God, manifested in physical form, transcending all the sort of dimensions. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think at its core the yin and the yang is a symbol of non-duality, or are you wrong? Let me know in the comments. Chump! Next session is a quick one, just an hour to burn. What a better way to kill time than some trophy hunting, baby. 5 minutes in, I hop in the in-game shop, snag the last lab key in stock, and just like that, the secret lab trophy is mine. Towards the end, my little brother, now shacked up in the land of the ladyboys, yep, I'm talking about Thailand, swings by my place for a surprise visit right before I wrap up the stream. But first, I hit the shop again, flush with cash, and buy the green outfit, cause it is only fitting for a baller such as myself. That scores me the Take My Money trophy, like I'm just throwing coins around like a pimp at a strip club. Wait, that's kind of rude to do something like that now that I think of it. Actually, this one time I was dragged to a strip club and I started folding dollar bills into paper airplanes and telling the stripper that another plane just hit the second tower as she pulled her penny. I'm getting off track here. Anyways, strip clubs are lame, they're a colossal waste of time and money, and that was it for that session. Next session was kinda rough, I'm not gonna lie. I decided to test the waters of arcade mode, knowing that I would have to do these missions without receiving a single hit. The no-hit run trophy was what I was gunning for that day. This no-hit run trophy required me to complete a stage in arcade mode, while putting myself in the shoes of you, the viewer. Untouched. Yep, I could not receive a feather's weight worth of damage. Anyways, 6 hours later, equipped with the Berserker Amulet, I finally made it through the first level without taking any damage. And yep, that's a no-hit run trophy. Going through this footage, I realized I had still not fully comprehended the power of the execution mechanic of the game, and I'm dead certain it would have made this process a whole lot easier. Chalk it up to a rookie move. But anyways, I had to walk my dog and catch my daily sunset meditation on Ocean Avenue, and then I would be back the next day to attain the last trophy I would get for the next 5 days. So yeah, at this point, I'm staring down the fact that I'm going to dump a shit ton of time into Shinobi Art of Vengeance. With a backlog screaming at me like a 2-year-old on bath salts, I'm making some compromises. One of them being to blast through boss rush real quick by flipping on assist mode. Now, before you keyboard warriors start crying, cheater, my philosophy is simple. If the game hands you a way to ease the trophy hunt, it is fair game. So suck it! With assist mode, I steamroll the boss rush, snagging the I am the captain now trophy like it is chump change. Then the real pain in the ass kicks in. Grinding for the SEGA Mega Play Trophy, a beast that has got me questioning my life choices like a preacher's downward spiral that lands him in a brothel right next to Hassan Piker. So here's what I like about Shinobi the Art of Vengeance's trophy hunt. Yes, like Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, it allows for an assist mode. And yes, like Ragebound, you can still get trophies using assist mode. However, unlike Ragebound, which basically works as God mode, in arcade mode, you do get penalized for using assist mode. So this makes it so that your score gets depleted, which in essence lessens your chance of getting S ranks, that is unless you speed through the level, don't get hit, sometimes having to fight elite squads on the way. Dude, let me tell you, even with assist mode, this was incredibly nerve-wracking and still incredibly rewarding. It's like SEGA was like, not so fast there, my ninja! Ragebound should take notes. It's a great use of checks and balances, which does give the Platinum a lot more value. So we're not going to cover all the arcade mode levels in this video, but if you want to see how I made it through every level, we will have a whole playlist ready to go for you that links you to my other channel. So yeah, the whole ordeal took about 9 days total to complete. Not like 9 days worth of gameplay, you get the point. I started off with the most obnoxious level, that being the Kaiju level that's got the spikes protruding out of almost freaking everywhere, and the last level. Both of them took me about 3 sessions each to conquer. Though I gotta say, in the process, I found a lot about my friends on my Discord community, which, if you haven't already, you should join. Like, I learned this about my business partner Atsu, who runs an Airbnb in Osaka with me.
I'm like Shinji from fucking Evangelion.
You're Shinji from Evangelion, dude.
Yeah. Scared of intimacy, bro. I'm scared of touch.
You're scared of heterosexuality. What you are. We learned that Zack, R.I.P., is not King Freak.
What do you think about what do you think about banning having guns?
I'm against it. Because I'm also against
woke.
I'm also against the fact that felons can't own guns either.
No wait, woke. We're making woke cool again, so we just have to call Atsu a liberal cuck.
I'm taking back the meaning of liberal cuck.
Nice.
I'm empowering it.
I'm learning a lot about my friends today.
Yeah, dude.
And they're like in their bedroom activities, and it's pretty eye-opening. Zack, you're not alone. Finally, dude. You're not the most sexually degenerate person in this Discord anymore.
I never was. Okay, dude. Okay.
We learned that people that work in the bar industry agree that bartenders need to get bullied.
I think we, as a collective, have come to the conclusion that people that take bartending too seriously need to get bullied.
Yeah,
and
we need to
sent
fucking
to the
strangle them, the camps.
Working at the dive bar is the way. I think dive bars are the way.
I like dives.
I mean, you make way more money. People are chiller. Real alcoholics come. Real ones.
Yeah.
Daily drinkers.
Huh?
Daily.
I used to work at a cash-only dive bar. It was sick.
That's my bar. That's the bar that I own.
Eckhart about you. I still want you to fucking do it today. Maybe that voice in your head telling you to yes.
We reaffirmed that Japan needs to change its tattoo policy just for me.
You get Tark, which is like you've like had people like not like share space with you because of your tattoos, right?
People got scared, yeah.
I would say probably your skin color has a lot to do with that.
You know, very brown man.
Sharing a fucking elevator.
You know, very brown man. Very racist Japan, right? They need to change their policies just for me, huh? And we found out through our good friend, owner of the world's only Helldivers bar, The Crypt, John, who is a queer icon, that there is, in fact, a council of gays that exists.
I had a funny conversation with the Council of the Gays the other day, and they're like,
wait, so they literally took the premise of Wolfenstein?
Wait, there's a council of the gays? John, did you guys just gloss over that when he mentioned that? That's pretty fucking hilarious.
Well, I mean, I am technically an ally.
Right.
Maybe even a gay icon.
Yeah. Great. At this moment, it is still unclear whether he sits on the High Council, aka the Throne of Dildos. So yeah, this is an ad to encourage you to join our community. We like to riff with each other like we're at a bar in between playing Helldivers and other awesome games, and we just want to have your dumbass on board. We're not exactly politically correct, so if that fits the bill, come join. The link is in the description. And while I'm here, gotta throw it out to all my ninjas that I stream to all platforms. X, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, TikTok, well, not too much these days. All those links are in the description, so come join, man. I stream so I can make new friends. You guys make these grueling experiences really worth it. Now, speaking of grueling experiences, let's continue down the road to getting the hardest trophy in the game. Third time was a charm in terms of sessions to finish the Kaiju level, but now that we are done with that, we are tackling the last level. If you've been around since my Armored Core 6 video, which is linked in the cards, you would know that I have what I call the prison mentality. Where once I step into the proverbial prison, I seek out the biggest mandingo there is, swinging his big old dick like it's a helicopter, knock him the fuck out, and call myself king of the prison after that. This game was no different. The Kaiju was the hardest in terms of obstacles in the game, but holy hell, the assault was a nightmare. But on the second session, trying to get the S rank for this level on arcade mode, we did our 15th parry counter with the Water Nympho, which gave us the Miraculous comeback trophy. Guys, girls, some of these levels were incredibly difficult to take on. But you know what? For some reason, I actually enjoyed the process of getting to know a lot of these levels like the back of my hand. It's gotta be really good level design, or maybe the game is just incredibly fun. Because something like this, challenges like these, in other games might have me pulling out my goddamn hair. But in this game, some of the levels took me a few days to S rank, and dog, I was pretty damn patient through all of it. Even through the heartbreaking moments where I almost completed a no-hit run. So by now, I think you guys have some sort of intimation that we do things a little uniquely on this channel. I kind of see these Platinum Run videos as a way to do something different. Like to share a little bit of what's going on in my life, kind of like a diary, funnel you into my community, and maybe a little bit of my philosophy in the pursuit of a Zen lifestyle. When I ended up S-ranking the Assault, it was on my third day, and I had totaled about like 9 hours on the level altogether, and I was not ready to give up. In life, you will receive odd events that compound into potential breakthroughs. This story is actually pretty crazy, and what should be mentioned is that on this day, Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
Charlie Kirky, I spot the Berkey. Charlie Kirky, I dream.
Did you watch the video, Zach?
Did you cry, Zach? Oh.
You don't need to watch it.
Yeah. The night prior, I had some pretty wild dreams. One of them involved having a conversation I've been wanting to have with a friend of mine that is on Discord for quite some time now. Anyways, the assassination, which I won't even get into the intimation I had the morning he was shot, sparked a lot of crazy group chat conversations in different pools of group chats that I am involved in. At one point, the friend I wanted to have a conversation with in one of my group chats said some sort of sarcastic comment about us needing to bring the National Guard in. I didn't catch his sarcastic tone, and he brought it up during the stream. Well, one thing led to another, which led to another, which led to another philosophical conversation, and well, wouldn't you know it, the perfect opportunity came up to have the conversation I've been needing to have with him. Or the higher level of consciousness that takes place, the more humanity wakes up, the more we elevate to some sort of, you know.
When did you get into this? When did this happen?
Over the course of the last 2 years.
Did I read a book, or like what made you like come to this?
This is a long story. One that you actually have a key role in.
This is going where I think it's going.
At this point, I was about 5 hours and 15 minutes into session 3. Well, we were pretty deep in the conversation, and I realized, hey, I'm glad we started this conversation, but I'm kind of on fire here. I mean, I knew that, right? But Hold on, I gotta focus. Now, here's the deal. These days, I'm pretty big on mindfulness, the ability to laser focus on something with intent. Wait. Alright, here we go. Shit. Oh my god, that was close. The sheer level of focus that took was insane.
Jesus. Yeah, that was pretty nuts. This is gonna be the S rank, Terry.
Just gotta breathe through this, dude. And will you look at that? Look at my breath work after that intensity, knowing the battle wasn't over. It's like I had my man Eckhart Tolle sitting on my shoulder, mentoring me through the whole level. My friend made a call that he really should have put money on. We proceeded through that level, zipping through it, maybe a little too fast because I lose my shield to the super heavy over here that should have been child's play. But it was time for the second big fight of the level. Knowing that the clock was ticking and that I did not have a shield, I did the most badass thing I could have ever done. Not give a single fuck. Come on, shield. Come on. $400 hits, dude. Holy shit. I took them down and holy hell, it was super risky. But I did it. It was time to move on.
I'm gonna get off.
Alright, have a good night, man. Zach, RIP, clearly could not handle the tension, so he signed off as I hit that boss. And man, taking on that boss is tense, but almost second nature at this point.
Here we go.
Got it. Holy shit. Just had to have done it.
This is gonna be the S rank. It's over, Terry. You did it. It's over, Terry.
Oh my god, dude. That level of focus. How much time did that take? I gotta save recent gameplay the last 30 minutes. Holy shit, dude. I wish I had a smoke.
Wait, that's a necessary sig if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I know, dude. Holy shit, dude. I did that without getting hit. I'm glad someone was there to see it, dude. I'm so glad you were here to see that. Hold on one second. I need to get some water. Oh my god.
See, an assist was used.
Dude, the level of accomplishment you get from S ranking that level, I haven't felt that way since Armored Core 6. Same but different. But there's one thing I want you to pay attention to over here. I had been grinding for 9 hours into this level, pouring immense effort to learn the level inside out to no avail. And yet, the winning take was the one where I brought up that really tough conversation I had to have with my friend. Not to berate him or anything like that, all of it was done out of love. It was coming together for a crazy synchronicity. Kirk's death leads to a misinterpretation of a text, which prompts a conversation of philosophy, which prompts an important conversation in my life that needed to be had, which prompted mindfulness in my breathwork, which prompted a no-hit run to get that S rank. This is why I believe in fate and synchronicity. You are the universe manifested in physical form, and you have the ability to conquer the blocks in your path, whether it is depression or other things life throws in your direction. You just gotta face it all head on, playa. Anyways, the rest of the levels were a bit of a cakewalk, but I gotta say, doing the Beastmasters level with a no-hit run wasn't exactly the same level of gaming bliss as grinding out a level like the Assault, which, to be honest, was a lot of hard work, but so much fun. A few days later, I'm S-ranking 3 levels, including the last, all early game shit, so it's not exactly a nutbuster, but I'm on this Platinum journey's last legs. Speaking of last legs though, I take down the Arachno tank at the firework parade moving so fast, I don't even have time to execute his ass, and bam, that bad boy, SEGA Mega Play Trophy is mine. Like I just 86 the whole goddamn leaderboard. That shit ain't done though. I've still got some time and just a shred of dignity left, so I ditch assist mode, head back to the E&E core lab with all of my lab keys to face the Shadow Master clone. And I smoke him in under 15 minutes, not cause he's a pushover, but maybe, just perhaps, there is a possibility that I am just damn good at this point, you know? He's toast, and the revenge of the Ninja Master Trophy drops like a cheap date. 1 trophy left for the Plat. Start a new game, and kill the final boss in under 10 hours. Well, I toss my dignity to the wind again, crank up assist mode, and blaze through in just 3.5 hours with that divine speed. Alright, and that is the Platinum Katana of Justice is mine. I take a celebratory shot, spark up a smoke, scroll the trophy list like a smug bastard, and then promptly delete the game. So, it's time to wrap up the Platinum review. What can I say other than this was such a rewarding ride? My only complaints about the trophy list is maybe in trying to S-rank all the levels, give the player some scrap trophies, one for S-ranking a quarter of the levels, one for half, and I don't know, maybe one for 3/4. It's always just really discouraging when you're doing a Platinum run and you don't get a trophy for days on end. But that really is just a small complaint. The trophy run is absolutely fantastic. It forces you to learn the simple yet effective mechanics of the game and interact with every facet of this game's design. That's a masterclass if you ask me. So, what did I get out of it? Like a real ninja, this game taught me how to channel my inner zen. To be laser focused, yet relaxed. To train in the deadly arts without expecting a result, and to channel my inner Buddha and breathe into the tension. This game really is a masterclass in how to do an engaging Platinum run for a side-scroller. The assist mode absolutely does assist, but it still makes the Platinum a challenge that will work to give your ego a healthy inflation of no helium, just pure confidence that you can tackle whatever is in your way, so long as you believe in yourself. We're giving the Platinum run for Shinobi, the Art of Vengeance, 9.5 feasts out of 10 famines. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around till the end. I'm Locust. It's been 2 for real. If you enjoyed this content, please give me a like, a sub, throw a shuriken into the bell for notifications so I don't throw one at your stupid face, and leave a comment. It helps with the algo, you know. I'll be back for some more Plat adventures. What's the next one gonna be? Expedition 33? Ninja Gaiden 4? Maybe even Silent Hill F? Or hell, you may even see how I tackled Doom the Dark Ages and 100%ed it on 150% speed on Nightmare mode, mind you. I platted them all. You'll have to find out. Also, let me know in the comments, are there any games you want to see me plat? I read everything. Anyways, it's been real. Catch you next time. Johnny.